And the 3-2. Drilled deep to left field. This could be it. See ya. He's done it. Number 61. He's been chasing history, and now he makes it. He and Roger Maris are tied with 61 home runs, the most anybody has ever hit in a single season in American League history.
Aaron Judge ties the Yankees at American League record for 61 home runs in a single season. And I figured out what was going on last night. This is interesting to see, your daily sports podcast. Sports gambling, sports narrative, sports takes, sports news, etc. Aaron Judge, 61 dingers this year, ties Roger Maris. And I have now figured out why people are so into it. They won't say it. It's because they're like, hey, this is like the actual home run record. Because he's not using steroids that we're aware of. He might be, of course, because you never know. But he might not be. And if he's not, this is like the clean record. Got it. That's what this is about. You can watch it on YouTube as I screw around with my camera. You can watch this on Spotify as well. I don't know how I feel about that. On one hand, Bonds and Sosa and McGuire had to do all that work. On the other hand, you don't really see dudes like that in the MLB anymore with their forearms the size of your legs. So I'm kind of split. Are those guys in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. They hit the home runs. We were there. Doing it cleaner, I guess. I don't know what's in his body. But congratulations to Aaron Judge. It seemed like a big relief. We do have some news regarding the guy who tried to catch the ball. It looked like this. It was bad. It was a bad situation for this dude. Okay, so there he is on the left. He got his glove on it, man. So here we go. Look at that. Look at that view. I got to mute this. I don't want to see the TV. Here he is. Well, I guess we can listen to it.
Came to the game. Maybe he's hoping to catch the ball. Maybe not.
Maybe look at
it's
it.
A coincidence he's sitting there.
Oh.
How close he came.
It hit his glove, bro. Oh, and he's like, what are we going to do? Oh. You could have sold it to the Yankees for like $1 million, man. But now he can't because he didn't catch it. That's why you go to practice, kids. That guy's Canadian. Maybe. If he is Canadian, I'm going to make a Canadians don't play baseball joke, but I think the joke makes itself. All right, Thursday Night Football tonight. We'll get into a preview of that coming up. Let's check out Russell Wilson. Remember, Eli Manning recently went undercover and dressed up as someone named Chad Powers and then tried to walk on to Penn State, and then they figured out he was undercover. And then James Franklin had to pretend that he didn't know what was going on when, in fact, he is the god of the program and probably greenlit that shit, which makes it super just disingenuous, and now everybody's doing that. I forgot who else went undercover. I don't know. I don't care. I can't believe this is still happening. But Russell Wilson let's see what Russ had to say about Chad Powers.
Chad Powers? Chad Powers, I'm 3-0 against Chad Powers,
Russ, that's how many Super Bowls you got? Chad's got trace. Lane Kiffin, the head coach of my football program, calling out our fans for not going. Students don't go to Ole Miss games anymore. I don't really know why. It's just a thing.
When you come back out and you run out the tunnel and it looks like, a high school game playing in a college stadium, you can't let that affect you. There's...
Oh. You know what the problem is? I'll tell you. The problem is that halftime is 35 minutes long, and everybody looks incredibly attractive, and they're like, hey, do you want to leave? And then everyone's like, yeah, I do. Who are we playing? Tulsa? Yeah, no, I don't care about this. That's what happens. Halftime is 9 minutes too long. It can be 11 minutes, you fucking losers. Fuck the bands. It's about marching bands. Yeah, have them in the stadium. Nobody wants to watch them walk around. Save marching bands for it's got to be like the NFL games where about 4 or 5 games a year have halftime shows. That's what you can do marching bands. Pick a couple games a year that can have halftime shows and then do it. For the rest of them, let's cut this BS out. And Lane's mad. Lane's going to leave to be the head coach of Notre Dame after Marcus Freeman gets fired and becomes the defensive coordinator for Alabama. I imagine Alabama's coordinators will be Marcus Freeman on defense and Cliff Kingsbury on offense. Moving right along, Northwestern announced plans for a new stadium. I gotta say, hey, Northwestern having a fun football program is kind of fun for everybody. I like it when they're good. Look at that. This stadium looks filthy. They have the alumni base. They're basically Notre Dame and Vanderbilt. They have billions of dollars. They run the city of Chicago. People from Chicago think so, but they don't. Ryan Field. Who the hell is Ryan? Okay, Northwestern plans to tear down Ryan Field and build a modern, smaller capacity stadium on site. Yeah, I like that. I mean, like, you don't need. That's a smart move. You don't need capacity, man. Vibes are way more important. That's a nice stadium. That hosts some soccer games too. Look, they're designing it for that purpose. I bet. Smart. See, this stuff looks like it can be turned away in the end zones, and then you got some soccer games there. And Chicago's a big hub for soccer and whatnot. Update on chess. More scandal in chess. People just riding the scandal wave. Some commenter was asking during a women's game, was asking like why you'd want to be a women's GM or something, or why would you want to play a man GM, which not great, Bob. Not something that you want to say publicly. Pretty gross stuff. Oh yeah, this is something I want to get into before we get into Thursday Night Football. Live Golf Tour is nearing a deal with Fox Sports. Oh, but not a deal where Fox Sports pays them millions of dollars to broadcast the games. No. Live Golf is nearing a deal to buy time on Fox Sports, like an infomercial. Is this real? Oh, it is. It's fucking real. Iman Lynch. Sources. Live Golf nearing a deal to buy time on Fox Sports to air its tournaments. So Fox was like, yeah, live sports are all the rage. It's like, no, we're good. Even I bet Twitch, like, yeah, just set up an account. We'll see how many We'll see how many people you get before we give you an affiliation. Live Golf sucks. No one cares. The golf world is falling apart. They have all this oil money, and so they're just paying these people to play because, like, hey, look, people will do it. And the golfers are like, we'll take some of that blood money. And the fans are like, we are not watching you. Yeah, but it's, you get mad at me. Like, yeah, but you're being a douchebag. But, the PGA needs to pay its players. Are you ready for some Thursday Night Football? Let's talk about it. Thursday Night Football, we got a doozy. Thursday Night Football is the game of the week now. Sunday Night Football has been an utter travesty. The games have been garbage. There's no hype. Mike Tirico just makes everything just a little more. If Mike Tirico's calling a game and the sun's up, I'm fine. When Mike Tirico's calling primetime with Chris Collinsworth, and he just, by the way, I hate Mike Tirico. I hate him. I don't care. He has such bad chemistry with people that he just doesn't like. You can tell when he doesn't like someone. I think with Chris, it's like so fake. I don't know. Do you imagine he's got to charge himself at night? Do you think he sleeps? Okay. Whatever. Dolphins-Bengals. The game is in Cincinnati. And interestingly, to me, Cincinnati's favored by 3.5 after Cincinnati's had a tough time getting off the map. Remember, they lost to Cooper Rush in Dallas. They lost week 1 to a game they should have won like 7 different times, a bunch of missed kicks against Pittsburgh. So they're 1-2. They did dominate the Jets, which, fair enough, I guess. Miami 3-0 and one of the odds-on favorites to win the Super Bowl. I think they're like top 5-ish. I can look at the odds here in a second, the season-long odds. But despite this, the Dolphins are 3.5-point underdogs in Cincinnati on a short week. Remember, we have Tyreek Hill talking shit to Eli Apple from when. So I figured out yesterday that Eli Apple had talked an enormous amount of shit after the Bengals won the AFC Championship, and that's why Tyreek is mad. So Eli, who's not as good as Tyreek, it could get weird. It could end up getting weird. Yeah. That's really all I'm gonna say. Okay. Super Bowl odds on favorites right now. Bills 1. And then the Chiefs and the Eagles are basically tied for 2. How about that? The Rams are 6? Dude, no. I wish I could short stock. Someone's got to let me do that. I mean, even if the odds are terrible, I don't really care. Okay. Bengals are favored by 3.5. I don't understand that at all. That bet freaks me the fuck out. I will say this, though. This game has Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Chase Edmonds, Mike Gesicki, and the quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa. On the other side, you have Joe Burrow. By the way, remember that really sick Alabama-LSU game where LSU kicked their ass and then ended up Alabama made it really close at the end with Waddle, check, Chase, check, Burrow, check, Tua, check. Yeah, they're all in this game. That's exciting. It's going to be an awesome game. Chase, T. Higgins, I think, has a concussion. this number 2 receiver for the Bengals. You have Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, whoever their tight end is, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, Tua Tagovailoa, Chase Edmonds, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Filthy stars all over the place. Mike Gesicki, awesome. Both teams have a couple defenders that can make some things happen, but for the most part, all of the talent on this game is on offense, and the over-under is 47.5. Either I'm not paying attention or I'm high right now. So the Bills had a difficult time moving the ball against Miami because Miami's playing the too high thing, and they don't run the ball. They're babies. The Bengals do run the ball. Offensive linemen who suck don't want to pass protect. They want to go forward. Best case scenario you go forward is you can't screw up that bad, and Joe Mixon's a good running back, and Samaje Perine's a good running back. And this over-under to me makes no sense. I would best bet that, which means I would put like not 1 unit, but like 4 units on it. This is going to go over in the first half. First half's going to be like 21-17, which would be pretty close to me going over. I love this over. I love it. Love it. I think the guy's name is Hansen. Is it something Hansen? The reason I'm telling you that, he's the 3rd string running back for the Bengals. If you play daily fantasy, which you should, that's the best way to make money in this bracket. I like Hansen. The 3rd running back for the Bengals is going to be the guy that's going to be the short end of the stick. I also like McPherson. Kickers on these primetime games, these standalone DFS games, they end up doing pretty well, which I'm pretty excited for. Tomorrow is Football Friday, boys and girls. Football Friday. Do you have any good college games this weekend? I can't remember. Let's check it out real quick, and let's just go through it and see what I have to do. College football. BYU plays Utah State today. Anything else interesting? Ooh, Rutgers. Alabama. Oh, Alabama, Arkansas will be good. That's in Arkansas. I actually think that Arkansas might piss those guys off after losing to Texas A&M. Anything else interesting? NC State and Clemson. That's the one. NC State, Clemson, Alabama, Arkansas, Ole Miss, Kentucky. Okay, we got some things to work with. Oklahoma State, Baylor. We have some stuff to work with. It's not good. It's not bad. All right, back and better than ever tomorrow.